Recently, I was with a group of pastors and leaders from around the country, and we were in a break at this conference, and we were talking about different things that God was doing. And there was a consistent refrain that kept coming up. People would mention, "Oh, I just finished reading this, and it gave me this idea. I just finished reading that book, and a light bulb came on for me." And what it reminded me of is this statement that I've heard time and time again, I use myself, is that leaders are readers. That if you and I are going to lead in any context, that we need to keep from getting stale or stagnant. And one of the ways we do that and keep ideas coming and keep growing in our leadership and us personally is that we continue to push ourselves in new ideas and reading things that open up new avenues of thought and leadership for us. And what's true in leadership is true in our spiritual life and walk with Jesus, in that if you and I are going to be the kind of people who adopt an Ephesians 2:10 mindset, that we believe, yes, God has a good work that he has designed us uniquely for, that we are to walk in it, that we have a mission that we're uniquely designed for, that we want to avoid being stagnant and press into what he continually has for us, because on that journey, there's always a next step. And so the question is, well, how do you not become stagnant? And in the same way leaders are readers, well, people who are on a masterpiece mission are those who are continually working on, just step by step, those areas of growth that God has for us as we walk that out. And that's why SAI is here, so that you and I can take a next step, continue that equipping, not grow stale, not grow stagnant in what God has for us. And so this spring, we have a number of opportunities for you to jump into a step of growth. Be that Bible study methods, where we're going to open up the scriptures, give you some tools for how to profitably gain from God's word day by day, week by week, season by season. Or living the called life, that those folks who are like, man, I know I am called for something, but I need some clarity around what that actually looks like. Or for those of us that like, man, I want to grow in my leadership. We have leadership development where we're going to unpack different aspects of leadership in the blocking and tackling of what it means to lead and how to do that effectively. Then there's the relational side of leadership. We're going to talk about like our internal lives and how do we best interact with and lead people on a relational level. And then lastly, what we're going to be offering new is the spiritual life, looking at the spiritual disciplines that make up a full, vibrant walk with Jesus, and looking at things like prayer and Bible reading and confession and worship and fellowship and much more. And so if that's you, that this spring is a time where you're going to take a next step so that you don't get stagnant, that you are making progress in your Ephesians 2:10 mission, then look through the details on this webpage. Send us an email if you have a question, but sign up, pick one. There's one for you this season that God has so that you can make a next step of growth. And we'll see you this spring.